I've seen so many times, right, the keeper come out of the box and accidentally pick the ball up, right, and then red card. Like, even though the situation is not like, what you call that, a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. So, it's VAR thing, right? Like, so it has caused so much controversy in this situation that they are like asking for the VAR to be abolished.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki. I am your host Helder and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro Paul. Paul, how you doing, bro?
Not good, bro.
Why?
Down with the food poisoning, sir.
You didn't go to work today?
I MC, bro, today. Yeah. So I a little bit haggard, but I'm going back tomorrow. So okay.
What did you eat?
Bro, I ate some curry chicken noodle.
So was it?
Like, you know how after you eat a certain thing, then after a few hours, if you know the thing doesn't sit right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that feeling lah. So, and then like at night I had diarrhea and then I vomited like twice, I think.
Will you go to the toilet during this recording?
No. Actually from last night, everything stopped already and I took charcoal pill and everything. So I spent most of the day like just recovering lah. But I'm
100
okay.
plus?
I'm better. Bro, 100 plus 0. I finished the whole bottle already.
Okay, for everybody that doesn't know, right, 100 plus is an isotonic drink. So for those who are not in Singapore, right, it is the rumored myth, right, that, or like the understanding that if you were to drink 100 plus, because of all the salts and the gas, right, it will cure your stomach ache, constipation, or diarrhea.
Is it? I know
that's the understanding.
It just rehydrates.
No, it rehydrates, but it's also like doctors will tell you it's because of the salts. Right? So you need to rehydrate your body, then get everything back into your system.
But I think it's better if you take the zero version because like the sugar will hinder your stomach also. So I think
you need the
zero.
I think it's more also you need the gas to go back into your stomach.
I'm not very sure about that. But then I think
that's why I say it's like there's a lot of theories of hypotheticals in to 100 plus and a stomach ache. So but most of us have like even you go to the doctor, right, they'll say just drink 100 plus.
Mainly because of the rehydration thing.
Hydration and also is because you got the sodium inside.
Yeah.
You need salt.
The salt. Yeah.
You need the salt. So, bro, before we get into the main recording, right, I got one thing to ask you, because in Singapore, right, in Punggol, the new BTO, right, in the past 7 months, there have been reported about 200 monkey cases.
Bro, that place, I saw the article. It was like a mini Jumanji there.
Yeah, then the worst part is that there's videos like even on like Straits Times and everything, right, of like monkeys climbing through there. You know, like the toilet, the upper window. You know, the window always got two parts. One is the upper window, then the lower part. They always climb through the upper window, then go inside.
But why? Why they just go inside and seek shelter or what?
No, they go inside take things.
But it's a BTO. It's nothing inside.
Bro, there's people living inside.
Oh, it's the newly launched BTO.
The newly launched BTO with people living inside. So there's like photographs of like kitchens getting messed up and everything like that.
Oh my, that's quite insane.
Yeah. So like I won't talk about like what was done by whichever. I'm gonna ask you this question, right? If there was a case where a monkey crawled into your house, right, what are you gonna do?
When I'm there, or what?
When you are there, like you are there and a loved one is with you.
It depends on the manner in which he comes in.
Okay, let's say that, for example, be the window behind you, the monkey jump in.
Is he there or is he inside?
He is there, sitting on that window ledge, waiting to come in. Let's say one monkey head pop up behind you through the curtain. What are you gonna do?
Take a broom.
But won't the monkey fight you back?
You push him out, then close the window. or you like I have fruits in the fridge, right? Just throw one fruit out the window.
But what if he jumps into the thing?
That's the thing. If he's inside the house, right, then I think it'll be hard. Try to shepherd him out the front door, lah. Yeah, like at least like lure him out with food or something,
Yep.
I don't think you should fight a monkey. It's not very wise.
No. Yeah. Like I went to search, right? Like what would to do in a monkey encounter, right? The first thing you say is they come.
Okay.
Because if let's say you were to like scare them or anything, they might get aggressive.
Yeah.
So they say stay calm and then remove any type of objects that they might take. Anything sharp. Remove away food. Then you find a way to lure them to the outside.
Then call like pest control.
Then call the thing, then leave lah. Because honestly, right, like a monkey is quite an aggressive animal. So I wouldn't want to like encounter a monkey.
But they are smart lah. That's the thing. They know how to like open doors and open plastic bag, all this,
Yeah, correct. So,
Yeah, so I think
then they also say keep them away from plastic bags.
Yeah, they like to go ransack plastic bags and all this, right?
Yeah. But like, okay, like I think I don't know lah. Like this is one thing that happened in Singapore, right? Because like 200 monkey cases in 7 months is quite a lot. But also it's because Punggol it was a monkey like area last time. So basically to do that, right? So it basically like kind of like I'm in my house, but it's a different area.
Yeah.
That's
why other people come to my
at.
house,
Yeah, that's why other people come to my house. But like I think that is one part. But before I get into football, right, like on the terms of video games, EAFC lost 6 billion in the past like 12 months.
Not surprised, man. Bro, when was the last time you and I actually like okay, apart from buying the game, like play like Ultimate Team?
Oh, dude, I started Ultimate Team for like 23.
23, 22, right?
Yeah, 23,
23, yeah. Either one.
The last one, it was called FIFA before it became EAFC, man. Like, since then, if I play right, it's only been predominantly career mode.
Yeah.
But for the fact that, like, your money maker is not making you money anymore already.
Your golden goose
is losing you money already. Like, because honestly, nobody wants to play Ultimate Team anymore because it's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, as in, because, like, you see, even in our own, like friend group, right? There used to be, like, 6 of us, right?
Yep.
6 of us that plays Ultimate Team regularly. So, like, your playing time for this is, like, so high, But then in 2 years, you lose at least, like, 90% of the core group.
Not only that, it's like 6 billion drop in market value, bro. It's like not even like anything. You just lose 6 billion.
Yeah, because,
value,
okay, like what you said, it's repetitive since, like, it has not evolved since like when me and Brendan started playing Ultimate Team.
Which is like
FIFA 19, bro.
19.
FIFA 18, FIFA 19. When me and him like play properly, right? It has not evolved since then. Because every year is the same thing. The only reason why we stick to it, right, is like, okay, let's say me and Brendan started it. Then like 2 years later, Midet join. Then you join. Then like more people join. That's why we we keep playing it, But then after a while, if you don't evolve the game, or if it's the same old things year in year out, right, people will get bored lah.
No, it's not only that. It's like you lose they lose 6 billion if EA total revenue lah, based on just EA Sports and everything like that, right? Then they change the method for the pay to play, right?
Yep. Correct.
So it ends up really is like you have to pay to
like get better things.
Get better things. So it's like everybody all wanted to grind and wanted to make FUT popular, right? But because people they forced people to pay, it didn't make sense already, right?
Yeah, because of Ultimate Team, right? Even for content creators, right? The road to glory is what keeps them playing the game.
Yes.
Okay, if you ask, like, you throw like 10 people, less than half will say that I will be willing to pay to play,
Yep.
Like 8 out of 10 people will say like I want to grind the game like without putting in a single cent.
Yeah.
And it really gives you fulfillment, right? If you really like free to play, It's like you and I, you got what? Your prime Ronaldinho without even paying anything. I got like Pele from not even putting a cent in the game.
Yeah. It's stuff like that makes you go like, okay, it's down to fate.
It's
but
worth the grind,
Now it's basically to everybody is you are taking advantage of the community.
Yep. No, you are promoting gambling.
You're promoting gambling and you're taking advantage of the community already because you are wanting them to pay you to do all these things. So your estimated revenue share, and whoever thought this was a brilliant idea, right, probably should get fired.
No, and then like if you want people to pay, right, then you adopt a different model. I feel like if let's say if I tell you, bro, if you can buy Prime Ronaldinho card for $100, will you do it? Yeah, I don't mind, Yeah,
I would.
They would don't mind. Rather than you pay $100 for a chance at Ronaldinho, then no, I don't want.
Correct.
It's like if you sell the card and you put a price tag on it, then okay, you cannot fault people for like saying I want to pay, I don't want to pay, that kind of thing. But then if this model of blind boxes and mystery boxes is so old fashioned, I feel.
I think the biggest thing is overall that like a lot of fans or a lot of like players, right? We don't want Ultimate Team.
No, we want Ultimate Team, but we want it free.
We want it free, but there's one thing, but we also want career mode.
Yeah, like online career mode.
And stuff like that. Which is like the things that we've been crying out for like don't know how long, right? But nobody at EA is like trying to do anything. So it's like it just doesn't make a lot of like monetary sense, right? So they didn't capitalize on that, and then it ends up like because they're afraid that if people play career mode, they won't play FUT.
Yep, correct.
So it means that you're going to lose money.
But
Well, you all
lost
lost.
6 billion.
You all lost 6 billion in total, like, as like EA's total revenue. You all lost like 6 billion in value.
Yeah.
So I mean, EA is being EA lah. So today on the football Kaki, as we begin our talk of the previous cup final and the upcoming final, in a shock as of yesterday, right? The team that was expected to win the FA Cup final lost the FA Cup final, and for the first time in a number of years, right, Man City are going a season trophyless.
Yep. The last time he went trophyless was his first season.
So they did that. They go trophyless. Crystal Palace won the FA Cup amidst controversy. We'll talk about that handball. And then upcoming on this Thursday morning in Singapore, Wednesday everywhere else, is the Europa League final between Spurs and Manchester United. This is not going to be a classic, but somebody has to win a trophy, and we will discuss who it is going to be. So with that, bro, to begin, what's going on?
What's going on the past few days, right? I've seen the Dutch league and the Italian league encounter some shockers. Yeah, I think it's not really a shocker now that I think Ajax has lost the league, right? PSV has won. Despite having a 9-point lead with I think 3 games to go, is it?
Yes.
Or 4 games to go. Yeah, I can't remember.
About 3 or 4 games to go.
Yeah. And it was like such a I saw a clip when the PSV fans, they were still in the stadium.
Yeah.
Then they realized the team against playing Ajax equalized in the 97th minute. So they went crazy. Like in the stadium lah. Then after that, yeah, it turns out Ajax bottled the lead league as well. So what are your thoughts about it, bro? I think unforgivable, right? 9 points.
For me, right, like, I think I've seen it before in the EPL because United dropped an 8-point lead to Man City. Arsenal did the same thing also. But I feel that in the EPL, right, you can give benefit of the doubt, or it's not as harsh because of the fact that, of the simple and pure fact that like the league is a bit more competitive lah, or like the teams, the competition is a lot stronger. But this one, I don't care whether you are a fan of like whoever, right? In the Dutch league, right, you cannot lose a 9-point league.
When it's already yours, right?
It's like there are things that you are ashamed of to me in the world of football. Is that if you lose a 9-point lead in the French league, you lose a 9-point lead in Bundesliga, and you lose a 9-point league in the Eredivisie or the Dutch league. There's things that you should be embarrassed about.
Yeah, I agree, man.
And like, it's not like Real Madrid draw a 9-point lead, that embarrassment. It's like worse than that.
You lose a league that you are picked to win already.
You are guaranteed to win.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. And then the manager left this morning. So
basically that says everything. Like, it's like you drop a 9-point lead in the Eredivisie.
And then and you lose it to your biggest rival.
Your biggest rival PSV. So like, what's the excuse that do you actually have? You got nothing, man.
Yeah. Nevertheless, in the Italian league as well, Inter Milan, they drew to what's the team? Lazio 2-2 yesterday. But they needed this win to have the advantage. So going into the last game, Napoli is leading the league by one point.
1 point.
Bro, and if you see the Inter game, right, the last few minutes, Arnautovic missed the open goal. So if they don't win the league, they will just point the finger at him.
Yeah. I tell you, football fans, right, we're all not fickle, but we remember things that are just a bit absurd one. It's like how Thai remember the Ryan Babel incident. The Ryan Babel incident, right?
14 years ago, right?
Yeah, 14 years ago, right? Well, I think about that, right? But like for us United, right, is all I can recall about losing a title, right? It's not the 4-4 this one. It's the stupid 2009, Valencia, 2010, right? Makeda never square.
No, Valencia never square.
Was it Valencia never square or was it Makeda never square?
Blackburn one, right?
Yeah, the Blackburn one.
Yeah, Valencia never square, bro.
Valencia never square. So like that's the one I can recall. Like, it's like just pass the ball, win the thing, right? You win the league.
It's a core memory, right?
It's a core memory. I will never forget that one.
Do you remember the 1 km, the drop bar 1 km offside?
No, I think the drop bar 1 km offside. That one is you cannot. It's like the things that is like you cannot do beyond your
cannot control.
You're gonna mess up, right? The Valencia square one, right, is a different thing. That one is confirm goal. It's a confirm goal if he square the ball.
Yeah, and that we draw the game, right?
Yeah, we draw the game, then we lost the game.
0-0, yeah. Then we like, it's like we just had to square that goal, then we win the match. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So nevertheless, the football is. I guess the football is round. Things like that do happen. Nothing is for certain. Like,
Yes.
I think based on these three incidents, the Inter Milan, Ajax, and Crystal Palace, Man City, right?
Yep.
It is true that really nothing is certain in football.
Yes, as we have known many times that where we have predicted and we have gotten almost everything wrong.
Yeah, that's why. Let's do a silent.
in our hearts again.
We do a prediction in our hearts again. Let's not verbalize anything.
In our hearts again. Okay, like let's get into it. So let's talk about the FA Cup final. So the FA Cup final was between Crystal Palace and Manchester City. Crystal Palace emerged 1-0 winners, right, with Eze like a goal lah. The controversy, right, was a penalty shout, which VAR didn't rule. Okay, so not penalty. Sorry. A red card shout, which essentially could have ended up being like advantage for Man City lah. The red card itself, right, was because Dean Henderson, according to the image, handled the ball outside the box.
Yep.
So his body was inside the box, but his hand was outside the box where he touched the ball.
Use his hand the ball to flick the ball away. Correct. Like for a throw in lah.
Correct. So there's a lot of arguments about this, right? They are saying that it's not a clear goal scoring. It's like not clear scoring because he wasn't last man. But then again, right, it is still obstruction of a goal or like a chance to score goal, right?
The opportunity for him to get past you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So, in your view, was the controversy warranted and should Dean Henderson be sent off?
Bro, red card, bro. Like, I'm not a Man City fan or I'm not a Crystal Palace fan, right? But I am an advocate for like rules being used properly. When I saw the incident, then he hit the ball outside so when the ball eventually went out, they went to VAR. So apparently the VAR said that it will not be a red card because that situation was not a denial of a goal scoring opportunity.
Yep.
But that is a misinterpretation of the rules already, ma. The rules clearly state if a goalkeeper uses his hands outside the box, right, it's a red card, man.
Mm-hmm.
Irregardless of the situation.
Or whether it was intentional, or not.
Right. Whether or not it's intentional. So I've seen so many times, right, the keeper come out of the box and accidentally pick the ball up, right, and then red card. Like even though the situation is not like a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. So it's VAR thing, right? Like so it has caused so much controversy in this situation that they are like asking for the VAR to be abolished. If you're gonna create like your own rules, then you might as well just abolish it.
Yeah, I think Wayne Rooney said the same thing also. It's like there's no point.
He said just delete it now. Because if you delete it, right, then you can say like, oh, we don't have VAR, so we cannot check. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So you put the responsibility back on the referees lah. Yeah. But I really have no idea what the VAR was thinking. Like, what did they think that people can see that Dean Henderson's hand is outside the box? Like, then how would they interpret? Like, oh, don't worry.
If he's outside the box, right? Like, and like there are people saying that Haaland kicked it into his hand. Technically,
bro, if you punch it like that, it's
like he did this, like you palm it
down. Your hand, you are making contact with the ball, not the ball making contact with your hand.
And like, to be honest, right, it is not in a natural position.
Yeah, because he was waiting for the ball to come into the box, right?
Yeah.
But Haaland was going to get it already, so he faster just bury it away.
Correct. So it's like having your arm there, right, is literally not in a natural position.
Yeah.
Like, you are touching the ball literally to go and do something to the ball. Your direct, like, indication is basically, I'm going to touch the ball. So if let's say he's going to do that, and that's the intention to do that, right? Then that should automatically be a red card because the goalkeeper's instinct is to use his hands to touch the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. So when they announced it, right, like even the commentators were shocked.
Yeah.
They say like, oh, I like they have no clue like how VAR came to this conclusion.
Yep. And like there are people saying that basically the referees are doing this because they don't want to create a controversy during the game by having a 11 versus 10.
No, but like, if it was that, I guarantee you, if it was the other way around, right? If Man City's goalkeeper did that, it would be a straight red, bro.
I agree. There are people saying that if that happened to Ederson or Ortega, right, confirm red card.
Straight red, bro. No questions. Yeah. So I think use of VAR is okay. It's the people interpreting the rules, right? Is where the human error comes in again. No?
Or the people in charge of like enforcing the rules via VAR are not good enough.
I think the use of VAR is okay because the fact that they replay it is okay. It's just that how they interpret the rules, right, and come to make their own conclusion. Then that's where it needs to be like refine again, I feel.
Yep. I agree. So, but in terms of anything else, right? Like, I think Crystal Palace, the fact that they beat Man City, right?
No, but okay, on top of the fact that Palace got lucky with this, Henderson had a monster game after that.
Yep.
Marmoush missing the penalty.
Yep.
So another one, I don't know why.
Haaland gave the penalty.
Yeah, I don't know why Haaland didn't take it, bro. If you are like the top scorer for the season, you should be the one taking it, man.
Yeah.
Not say Marmoush cannot take penalty lah, but are you sure in that moment you should be giving him the ball?
I feel that it's like the wrong time to give the ball to somebody else.
Yep. Correct. Like
it's
say, when your team needs you, right, you better step up, bro.
Yeah. So
and then
it's just like I feel like no matter what, you shouldn't ever in a big game, right, give the ball to somebody else.
No, that's why if you are designated to take it, you take it, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. So like your teammates already will have the mindset that you are taking it,
Yep. So for Crystal Palace, right, this is their first FA Cup victory in a very long time. Because they've ever been to 3 cup finals, right, and they lost twice.
Yeah, they lost to United on the second time, right? The first time I can't remember against who, yeah. But okay, on top of that, right, I think after that, City looked so horrible, bro. Like a shadow of their past team,
Crystal Palace lost to United both times.
Yeah. So I remember the second one also. The 2016 one, right?
Yeah, the Jesse Lingard one. So it's their first major trophy in almost 30 plus years.
Good for them, bro. They did well in the semis and now they did well in the final. So they do deserve to win,
Yep. So it's the thing that whereby among the 4 teams that were inside the FA Cup semi-finals, right? I think this was the one that nobody thought would actually win.
Yeah, maybe
and they ended up winning because by right, Aston Villa should have been in the final. They beat Aston Villa, then now they beat Man City to win the FA Cup. So I think that they are deserved champions.
Yep.
Even in spite of the controversy, right? So moving on.
I saw the rule. They say, 12th place team shouldn't be allowed to qualify for Europa.
They won the FA Cup, what?
No, they should abolish that rule. Yeah. So it's they're taking a dig at the people that are making fun of Spurs and Man U.
Yeah.
12th place team shouldn't be allowed to join Europa.
But Crystal Palace are in Europa, so who cares? Yeah. Nobody does. I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like you win a trophy, right? Is something, but first time, right? Is like City lose back-to-back FA Cup finals.
Why couldn't they have lost the year that we denied them the treble win?
Yep. Yeah. So this is their 3rd consecutive FA Cup final, if I'm not mistaken. And they lost 2. Yep. So times have changed. City are without a trophy for the first time in don't know how long. Now moving on to the fact that the other side of Manchester could actually finish with a trophy. We are going to move to the Europa League final, right? In one of the most anticlimactic finals I think I can ever remember, right? Whereby the bottom 2 above relegation are fighting for a European trophy.
And it's the second best European trophy.
Not even the Conference League, like the second best European trophy. Like Manchester United and Spurs are at the moment, right, 16 and 17 respectively. 16 and 7. So Man United is 16 with 39 points and 18 losses. Spurs are 17 with 38 points and 21 losses. So there's a chance, right, that this thing could flip by the end of the season, where Man United could actually finish at 17th, right? But actually end up in the Champions League with a trophy. Bro, expectations for this game, because I do not have any.
Bro, I'm just gonna watch it and see how it goes. Nothing, no tactics, advice, no opinion on how they should play. It's really just the battle of the losers, really.
Yeah,
it's true. Like whoever loses, right, will be the ultimate loser. I feel
I agree. Because like let's say for example, for Spurs, they have a trophy above Arsenal.
If
for United,
win, right?
they have a trophy above Man City. But the problem is, right, United have lost all 3 games against Spurs this season. Yeah. So for a United fan, right, you don't have a lot of hope, and you shouldn't have a lot of hope, because the thing is that the expectation is that we are probably not going to win. So, but for Spurs fans, right, they are still performing a lot worse than Man United. The fact that they have 21 losses in the EPL. But the funny part about this, right, is that they have 21 losses, right, but they have a positive goal difference.
That's crazy.
Positive goal difference, right, of 2.
So if let's say Man U lose the last game, then Spurs draw, then we drop.
We dropped to 17.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay, and I ask you, right? In let's say when Ferguson's last few years, right?
Yeah.
How many seasons did it take him to lose 18 Premier League games? I think like 4, right?
5, bro.
5, at least 4 or 5.
4 or
right?
5, 4 or 5.
Yeah, I remember the 07 we only lost like less than 5.
We lost 3. We lost 3 in a
06
season
also.
like multiple times.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's like we shouldn't be comparing to the past, but I think, bro, 10 wins and 18 losses. I tell you, even Ten Hag, okay, if Ten Hag stayed the whole season, I think it'll roughly look the same. Yeah.
But you know what's the funny stat I saw, right? I saw
he got the highest win ratio, right?
Ten Hag, right?
Yeah, of all
Ten Hag got the
managers,
highest
of all managers.
win ratio, right? But in the first 40 games. But you know what is Emery's number or not?
6, right? Is it 6?
16. Emery's got 16. It's the same as Alex Ferguson in the first 40. So like, I'm not saying that he's Alex, right? But I mean, it's bad lah. Because honestly, this squad is... we've said it many times, right? This squad is horrible.
Yeah. So I think that after... Okay, so here comes another dilemma. Like, we don't talk about ifs and buts lah. So if we lose, he will sell the team. No, so this is my understanding. If Man United lose this final, we will not have money to pay off like a lot of players.
Yep.
But if we win this Europa, you have this dilemma of like the Ineos thinking that actually our players are not that bad.
No,
last year's FA Cup.
No, but I feel like this one, right, like is bad enough to a point where like you win the Europa, yes, but it doesn't mean it's a good season. It's still 17th place.
No, but Man U is like that. They always have this euphoria of one game. Like one game euphoria that,
that's the thing. So
actually it's not that bad.
Honestly, right, like I would, as a Man United fan, right, I would rather lose this game. Just to prove a point.
Just to like what you call that, right?
But then again, right, this Man U bunch of players, right, they'll just perform somehow miraculously in this game, right? Because it's just a Man United.
And I was seeing, right, like the whole season, this Luke Shaw has been absent. Now there's rumors he will start the final. Luke Shaw, bro. Then he's gonna play well. Then they okay, we're gonna keep him. Then 2 games into the new season, he's gonna get injured again.
Yep.
Then the whole cycle is gonna start again. I think we will talk about this after the Europa final.
I can't do this, right? So right, this is the only time I will agree with Paul, right? Silent prediction. I won't tell anybody or I won't say anything about this, right? Because this episode comes out on Wednesday, right? The finals on Thursday. So we will both me and Paul, we will see and we will look into it like the following, right? Because honestly, I think irregardless of this, right, we are gonna have a scathing review on Man United.
Yep.
It is time.
Yeah, so let's move on. We have a segment for we have another segment here, right?
Yeah, okay. So the last one is that basically coming down to the end of the season, the EPL, right? The top 4, the battle for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, because there's gonna be 5 Champions League teams that are gonna qualify.
Arsenal security.
But Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa are at 66 points with 37 games played. Man City is at 65 with 36 and Nottingham Forest is 65 with 37.
Yep.
3rd to 7 is separated by 1 point.
And the last game is Chelsea. In between, they got their own battles. So Chelsea versus Nottingham. Aston Villa is going to play Man U, so they're probably going to win that. Newcastle, Everton, and then Man City, Bournemouth. So if things stand right, like let's say Newcastle and Chelsea win, then they will win. They will go to Champions League, right? No, and Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So it just takes 2 teams to drop points in this.
Essentially
for them to lose. Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is the first time, right, where like the battle for 3rd is more important than the battle for 1st.
No, but the thing is, there's 3 spots. You get what I mean?
I know.
3rd, 4th, 5th. So at least also
3rd, 4th, 5th. So like essentially any of these
will lose out. Right?
Any of these things can qualify one. I won't be surprised if Chelsea suddenly drop out.
But Chelsea playing Nottingham.
Yeah, that's why I won't be surprised if Chelsea suddenly drop out. Because Nottingham Forest.
If you were to predict on this, you predict the 3rd, 4th, 5th place.
Well, you want me to get it wrong?
You just predict yours. I predict mine. Then we see who get it right next week.
Okay. Newcastle 3rd. Chelsea is going to drop out.
No, you just tell me 3, 4, 5th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, bro.
Okay, it's Newcastle, Aston Villa, Man City.
Newcastle, Aston Villa, Man City.
Yeah, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Man City. But I won't be surprised if Nottingham Forest make it because suddenly Man United beat Aston Villa. Like randomly they beat. But I don't think it's gonna happen as well.
I think right, bro. I think Man City will not make it. I think Newcastle, Chelsea, Villa.
So Man City go Europa League.
Yeah, they deserve it, bro. Really, what? It's true. Hey, imagine Pep in Europa. You don't tell me he cannot win that.
Yeah. Then basically the argument of like the Europa League is not as competitive anymore already. I tell you, bro, Arsenal fans, you are giving ammunition to the Arsenal fans. Let's see next week. We won't make the prediction for the Europa League final. So with that, that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki. Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Chatter Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which of course are the Copy Bros every Monday, where we come together and talk about fun and trivial topics and do some interviews. And then we do also have our flagship game show, if you like game shows, the SG Draft Podcast every Friday, where we come together and draft about different topics and have fun while we do it. You can go over to our Instagram every Friday to vote for your favorite teams. On the SG Draft Podcast, you have the power to select who wins and who loses. So with that, we have come to the end of this week's episode. Paul, you got anything else to add?
I think, bro, the month of May flew by, man. Right? So
yeah,
I think
it kind of did.
It really, now it's like one more week to the end of May. Then soon will be the end of the season.
Then it'll be Club World Cup.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be that interested in that because I don't
neither will
many
like.
English teams are.
No lah,
so
but
I
mean,
break for
something that we will still keep up with it, like, just to check in everything. Right? So with that is it for this week's episode of Football Kaki. Have a great week ahead. Bye bye.